Toughest score against South Carolina. Hard to not turn over. Did a good job in the first half, but not in the second. Our first half defense was terrific. I thought we played very well in the first half, played them even in the second half, and turned it over too much. Did a good job on the boards. The bench was terrific. And, Wendell Green in his back-to-back road appearances demonstrated his courage, his swagger, his confidence, and did a great job closing the game out.
All right, we're going to start with the question from Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Bruce, can you talk about the energy your guys brought off the bench, especially there in the first half? Then also, I thought Zepp played one of his better games. Can you talk about Zepp Jasper?
Yeah, Zepp was terrific, man. He was terrific. Made big shots, played great defense, so much energy out there. I got to get him to rebound a little bit. But that's, again, if you want to take a picture of an Auburn basketball player, and it would be Zepp Jasper, and say that's Auburn basketball, I'm okay with it. Particularly his effort, his energy on the defensive end. I was glad to see him, make a few shots tonight. He's not shot it particularly well. That just, boy, that was exciting to see. So I thought we got great point guard play from Wendell and Zepp.
All right, Jordan Hill.
Bruce, you guys had 40 points off the bench, and at one point in that first half, the bench had more points than South Carolina had as a whole. Just how important do you feel like their play was, especially without Allen tonight?
It was vital. I thought all those guys, Dylan was terrific. Chris Moore had great moments. Jalen had great moments. Lior was solid again. And of course, Wendell sort of pads those stats a little bit. But Wendell, he's handled the change in the rotation. Rather than starting games, he's finishing games. And I think he'd rather be out there at the end than the beginning.
We'll go to Justin Ferguson next.
Bruce, we've talked a lot about Wendell's offense, but his defense tonight and his defense all season, how impressed have you been with his development on that end of the floor?
Well, Wendell's coachable and Wendell's accountable. And, Wendell understands that the only way he's able to be out there is if he's focused on his defense, not getting out of stance, not taking possessions off. On many teams, Wendell's had to carry his team offensively. There are times when he's got to carry us offensively, but not at the expense of letting teams line him up. And he's done a really good job buying into that. He's a coach's son, and his dad is his best coach, and his dad understands it. In order to win, you got to be able to do it on both ends of the floor.
Okay, we got time for just a couple more. We'll go to Bennett Durando next.
Yeah, Bruce, they made that little rally to get it from 20 down to 8 at one point. What do you think got away during that little stretch? But then also, how helpful is it to sort of be on that end of a second half comeback attempt and sort of push through that?
Well, you knew South Carolina was going to, come back. We had too many turnovers and some bad offensive execution. We went cold, but part of it was we turned it over. They scored and came off some 3-point shooters, got beat with some rebounding, and that contributed to that really good run South Carolina made in the second half.
All right, Coach, we're going to wrap you up tonight with Brian Matthews.
Hi, Bruce. What can you say about your team's composure, your toughness to go on the road at a place like South Carolina against Frank Martin and come away with a 15-point win? Well,
it was good enough. It was good enough. And so, on a night when, we didn't really put up, big numbers, we were able to, really guard them in the first half, turn them over 20 times, didn't get destroyed on the boards, which is what you got to do against South Carolina. And again, I thought our coaches, Ira Bowman, Mike Burgomaster, had the scout. They did a fantastic job. What we did defensively, I thought, really disrupted South Carolina. in the half court, and our depth. Our depth is a factor. Not having Alan Flanagan could have been a factor tonight because of his experience, his physicality, his toughness. Those are the things you have to have here at South Carolina. We also had a great turnout. We had another great turnout from the Auburn family. We had, I would say there were 1,000 Auburn fans in here tonight, and we heard them, and we appreciate their support.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.